Elevate, sustain, prosper. Change starts within you. Welcome. This is Maya Michalewska from Elevate, Sustain, Prosper, coming to you today with an opening manifesto to all changemakers and sustainability leaders. This is an opening manifesto because I want to share with you why my brand was born and how I got to the place that I'm operating from today. Dear powerful changemakers and sustainability leaders, I am standing here today to share with you my own manifesto. A manifesto to all changemakers who care about the better future of our planet, our society, and our human consciousness. So many times, when I see another female leader entangled in an everyday drama or demands of our society, I just want to shake her and almost scream, wake up, darling." But let me back up this story a little bit, going back to 2019, when I was still where many are, in a dormant stage. If we had met, I would probably introduce myself by throwing professional academic titles at you and providing you with my latest diplomas and achievements. But today, I can answer you from my heart space. I am an awakened woman on my destiny path to self-actualize as changemaker and leader. I am on a really exciting journey to transform and fulfill the wholeness of life that I was made for. This is a unique journey, and I have a big surprise for you. Your own path awaits you too. How do I know that? Because a blissful and fulfilled life is a choice. A choice that we have to meet every single day as we go through our existence. Before I began truly living my life, I was measuring my worth and hence existence as a woman by academic titles, professional achievements, by being a good wife and perfect daughter, but it never felt right. There was something fake and at the same time so tiring about this way of living. It was like living in a cage that I created for myself. Now I know it. Like almost every woman, I fell for the patterns that our culture, upbringing, and now also social media impose on us. I was looking for answers about who I am outside of myself. Climbing the career ladder, trying to save my family, the world, and completely forgetting about myself. Do you feel it in your own gut? Do you feel it in your own heart when I'm speaking? Yes, I know you can feel what I'm talking about. In addition to trying to answer who I am outside of myself, I was giving my self-esteem completely to something outside of me. And this is a story of each of us. From a very young age, we ask ourselves, did I do the job well? Did I cook a delicious meal? Did I please my partner? Did I act as I should? Did I do enough today? Have I passed the exams? Etc., etc. If the answer was yes, I felt wonderful. If that something was dissatisfied, my world was falling to pieces. It began to bother me. It started to itch under my skin. For as long as I can remember, I have loved reading self-help books, going to various religious institutions, going to developmental workshops, and still banging my head against the wall. Until the life herself brought me to my knees. It was then that I got to know the real significance of presence. If you think that it was an easy way, I will tell you that is not necessarily. This path of awakening to self-awareness to oneself is very different for each of us. But at the bottom, it reveals the same, a deep call to return to yourself, to your own body, to your receptive sense, to your truth. For me, it was always about migraines, powerful migraines, which I called a curse back then, that haunted me regularly. There were also very painful menstruations, and most recently, the biggest call came in the form of panic attacks and anxiety. Now I know that it was all the loud cry of my receptive body saying, "Stop, my dear, please, please stop." This was my final call. I finally dared to stop and listen to what is under the surface that I tried to escape for so long. The body knows best. Now I know it. Ever since I gave myself permission to stop and be, I also open up a deeper place within myself. And with this awareness, inner voices began to speak quietly at the beginning about the need for self-care, for rest, for life in the rhythm of my female body, the rhythm of nature herself, a truly sustainable path. Since cultivating this deeper relationship with myself and taking full responsibility for my life, magic began to happen. From this deep inquiry in my heart and desire to live a truly sustainable lifestyle, to support our environment and make the planet a better place, a true pathway opened up for me. I am an environmental economist from academic background. But what I started to realize is that this pathway is not enough for me to fulfill my destiny as a changemaker. So on this pathway of self-discovery, I began to meet incredible, passion-driven, authentic, and most of all embodied female leaders that led me to the place I'm speaking to you today. Looking back in only last 2.5 years, I was truly blessed to have the most empowering mentors and teachers who not only provided me with deep knowledge and understanding, but they touched my heart. They transformed me. And now I invite you to think about all the women in your own life who have shaped your personality. Going back to our roots, remembering our female lineage, remembering those who came before us. And looking even now around my space, seeing all this amazing women rising and supporting me to become who I'm meant to be. I invite you to look around yourself and absorb this view of powerful generation of female leaders who are now called to step up and lead the way to a more sustainable world. And what I realized, and this is huge, I realized that to live truly sustainably, we must first elevate. We have to rise to this level. I would never want my daughters to go through what I went through, all the painful periods and migraines and way I treated myself, everything I had to experience. So how can I make sure that this is the future I'm creating? First, by elevating to this level, by starting within myself. Secondly, we must sustain the change. We must stay strong and fully embody the change we want to see in the world. And I know it's not easy, but that is when my second big revelation came in. We are trying to solve the world, our current situation, with old mindset, with science that is 200 years old. And please, listen, I'm speaking from my heart. I'm a researcher myself. I'm just saying that isn't there something wrong about it? What about systems and frameworks that provide a more solid structure? This is when I really had my big aha moment. When I stepped into the path of sciences that have thousands of years, such as yogic science, Ayurvedic medicine, I quickly realized those guys knew for thousands of years now what sustainability truly means. And hence, sustaining of this elevated state should be based on wisdom that not only comes from our Western baby science, which is amazing, and please don't get me wrong, I truly, truly believe in our science, but I feel that we should also include and source from ancient systems of wisdom and knowledge that served humanity for such a long time. And I believe that is the coming together of those two worlds that can bring us closer to a more sustainable state on the planet. But my dear changemakers, my dear leaders, I wanted to speak to you now directly. Why to dream about change and transformation if it's not also for us to prosper in our own life? It is time for us to thrive. It is time for us to take a solid stand and show the direction we should move forward. As we are the most essential element for the sustainable transformation to happen. I truly believe that. And I truly feel with my gut and my heart that if each of us prosper on individual level, we also prosper as the collective level. But again, it all starts within each of us. So how long have you played small? How long have you been hiding? How long have you been quiet? Don't you see that you are called to something much, much bigger, much greater than you can imagine? There is something very unique about you that nobody else can bring forward. It is your own potential. It's this quiet voice you hear in your clearest moments. It is this uncomfortable feeling that you should reach higher, speak up more, and show up more for yourself. and then we will contribute to our collective sustainable future. As my dear mentor and teacher, Dr. Claire Zamet, a female leader of so many women around the world, showed in her research, the deepest change has to happen at identity level. We have been for too long focusing on how we act, how we operate, how we behave. But there is something much deeper below the surface that makes us decide on our micro choices every day. For the change to be sustainable, we need to address the identity level. So here it is, my manifesto to changemakers and sustainability leaders. It is so important for us to finally stop and look inside. I hope that my story will inspire you, will ignite your potential, and that you will deeply feel that the change starts within you. I wish you a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, bringing the change and transformation to our planet, humanity, and consciousness. Much love from me to you. Let's make this world a better place.